Meek's birthday party, Meek Mill 2014 party, where, they're saying that the housekeeper or the person who was managing the house, the property, said that they found cocaine, bloody sheets, used condoms, and a bunch of stuff at a house that they rented for $25,000. It was at the Parisian Palace that they said Diddy rented to throw Meek his 27th birthday party. All right. Now that kind of heightened the rumors of people saying, well, shit, maybe Meek Mill was up in there scrambling and scraping. Who knows? Maybe that's where the pool video happened, where the fries are on his lap, where he looks kind of burnt out and stressed out in the pool. And maybe that's where he was saying to Diddy, they was fucking the gun and they was talking the. Maybe that's where that happened. Maybe that's where, that video came from. Like, we don't know. So people started to talk after this came out. They said, whoa, this is even more proof. We don't know if you could say you're no Diddy gang after you allegedly was down, or you were around clearly when some of these Diddy wild parties went down. Meek Mill took to the offensive, and he needed to speak out against the fuckery. First thing Meek Mill said, he said, none of these publications are black owned. No, none of these publications are owned by black men. Posting things to destroy the names and brand of the culture. I'm going to stand on this. I know it's somebody behind this. I'm going to start a war behind it too when I find out. He later then said, just think about it. You're waking up to a bunch of non-black owned publication posting major lies about me. Where all the PR people? Where all the PR people go that was around me? Wait, is that like a rhetorical question? Where all the PR people go that was around me? Everybody see what's going on. I'm not going to be quiet. It was war on black men. When I see Page 6 post something, it gives me a bad vibe.
Meek Mill is no stranger to controversy, but this time, the stakes seem higher than ever, with Sean Diddy Combs facing serious allegations and an explosive audio recording surfacing online. Meek has found himself at the center of a storm he claims is nothing but a fabricated smear campaign. Let's dive deep into this drama and break it all down.
Go back 2 years ago, they only posted good Meek Mill news. I know how these things work, like what just happened with Mike Tyson. Show his ass out. Get him beat by a young white kid. Come on. It's a mockery, I'm telling you. Then he continued. Why nobody looking at the fact? Wait, hold on. Let me pause. Why nobody looking at the fact of who we consuming this news from? I went to ChatGPT. Yo, Meek is hilarious. Meek's answer to all of this bullshit is going to ChatGPT. He says, I went to ChatGPT. You know what's so crazy? He's complaining that the outlets that's reporting the shit about him are white owned. Who the hell you think made ChatGPT? A black man? So it's like saying, yo, I'm still going to the white-owned outlets to give me information about the other white outlets that's talking shit about me, but I'm just going to blame it on a white what? He says, I went to ChatGPT. None of these people are even Americans and close to the black party. These weak-ass stories, this wasn't even Puff Party. It's nothing to be quiet about if you're smart. So he goes on to show this is about the party in question. And you know what's so funny? Meek just goes to Google and typed in Meek Mill birthday party 2014. At least we get to see how Meek Mill tweets and Googles. Okay. All right. And then this is him at Chat GPT. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm almost like impressed. Like, I'm wondering how Meek could sound this stupid when he's using Chat GPT and all these other things that are probably saying, hey, listen, let us think for you because you're too stupid. Anyway, Chat GPT tells him Page 6 is owned by this. Here we go. Yo, look how Meek like, who owns Daily Mail? Yo, you know what's so crazy? Meek Mill using Chat GPT like he's solving a Rubik's Cube, like he's like solving cancer, like he's finding a cure, like he's doing some who owns Daily.
First, let's set the stage. Diddy's arrest on September 16th rocked the music world, and as often happens in these situations, past controversies began bubbling back to the surface. Among them was a lawsuit filed earlier this year by an individual named Lil Rod, accusing Diddy of C. What's surprising and for Meek infuriating is that an explicit audio recording linked to that lawsuit suddenly resurfaced, dragging Meek Mill's name into the chaos.
With his Fed case, he was already getting sued by a lot of people. A dude named Lil Rod hit Diddy with a lawsuit and said he saw all kinds of crazy things while he was working for Diddy. Lil Rod's lawsuit brought up a lot of wild situations Diddy was in, but one of the craziest things was Lil Rod talking about Diddy allegedly hooking up Meek Mill and Usher. Meek Mill and Usher's names weren't in the paperwork because they were redacted, but everyone was able to figure out who Lil Rod was talking about from the jump. In the paperwork, Lil Rod said that Diddy was hooking up with a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj and an R&B singer who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency.
Look, Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with rapper. 5, that's redacted. Look, 5, he's a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. R&B singer. 6, redacted. Look, he performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency.
Meek Mill is the only Philly rapper who has a history with Nicki Minaj, so fans immediately knew that he was the one who allegedly hooked up with Diddy. DJ Academics read the paperwork on his live stream, and that's when Meek Mill started ranting about the situation on Twitter. Meek Mill clapped back at Academics and said that he can't wait to see him in person. Meek also tweeted that he would never do coke or freaky-ass Molly, and that if someone approached him about gay activity, then the whole place would get flipped. People were already clowning Meek for the paperwork, but then he made the situation even worse for himself when he started making weird tweets about how much he likes hooking up with women. Meek blamed all the gay rumors on the media for trying to tear down black artists. Meek said that anytime a rapper was making hundreds of millions from their music, they either called him gay or a snitch. He also blamed the blog sites for paying to boost the post for the Lil Rod story because they wanted to discredit Meek for being a strong leader. Meek kept sending shots at Academics too and called him an alcoholic with no life who talks to kids on the computer. This wasn't the first time that Academics and Meek had problems though. Back in 2017, Meek got pressed with Academics because Academics didn't post about his new album. Academics was a host on the Everyday Struggle podcast back then, and he said that Meek's crew was sending him threats about how he was posting about them.
6 months ago, Meek had sent me a DM, him and the rest of the chasers. They gave me a little digital jump in. I like one. They said, listen, either post us this way or don't post us at all, right? Next thing I'm seeing, they were like threatening me. When I see him, I'm going to give him a wedgie. I'm going to slap him. I'm like, oh shit. I think I'm posting them wrong, so I stopped posting them.
Then in 2020, Meek Mill said that Academics is canceled because he makes money off of beef that gets people killed and never gives back to the culture. Academics clowned Meek for talking tough on Twitter, so Meek responded and said he was putting a green light on Academics. Academics clapped back and said that he's not going to let Meek bully him and send death threats, so he sent the green light message to the cops.
I'm just trying to tell you that, bro. Like, I'm just not into being bullied. So if you got like some tough nigga shit that you have to do, keep it that way. Just stop snitching on yourself. Stop telling the world you're green lighting.
Meek Mill is used to being in the spotlight for drama, but this time things are more intense. Diddy Combs is facing serious accusations, and a shocking audio recording has appeared online. Meek is caught in the middle of it all, saying it's just a made-up attempt to ruin his reputation. Let's take a closer look at what's going on. Interview 2. Let's break it.
Ruben did an interview and said that Meek doesn't have a gay bone in his body and that the bunny hops were Meek's idea.
Meek, I know that guy really, really well. Okay? Everyone going around trying to say, and by the way, if he was gay, who cares? There's not a gay bone in his body. You guys know him. Like, I know him. I've been around him more than anybody. Talk about the bunny hops. Meek says to me at the beginning of the game, he says, what do you want to bet? I'm like, what do you want to bet? Like, I'm not generally I don't want to ever take money from my friends or like bet money, but if they want to, he's like, let's do push-ups. I'm like, great. 50 push-ups? Great. He's actually, let's do bunny hops.
Let's break it down. On September 16th, Diddy was arrested, shaking up the music world. As often happens, old controversies started coming back to light. One of these was a lawsuit filed earlier this year by a man named Lil Rod. He accused Diddy of SE and claimed he witnessed shocking things while working for him. What's even more surprising and frustrating is that an explicit audio recording tied to this lawsuit has resurfaced, dragging Meek Mill into the mess. Lil Rod's lawsuit mentioned Diddy allegedly connecting Meek Mill and Usher in some wild situations. Even though their names were redacted in the legal papers, people quickly figured out who he was talking about. The lawsuit described one person as a Philadelphia rapper who once dated Nicki Minaj and the other as an R&B singer who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Las Vegas residence.
So let me ask y'all a question right now. If Bow Wow came into this room without anybody knowing anything he did, and a group of females came into this room, who gonna get the females first, y'all or him?
Definitely Bow.
Just nigga, us.
If they don't know,
Yeah, he said they don't know who
they
Bow Wow
don't know who he is.
He's just Shad Moss from up the road.
Oh.
Yeah, nah, we getting
Who's
that
gonna
action.
get the females first?
Yeah, because Bow Wow did walk in this room, but he was Bow Wow. But no, Bow Wow is he have to like bat his eyes or something.
We don't bow ass.
Yeah, nah. No shade to Shad. No shade to Shad.
There's no shade.
No shade to Shad, but nigga.
Right. So if you can be a person who can show up you can show up to a place, and everybody here is paid to come in here and do what they do, of course you gonna miss that.
Yeah, man.
You going to a party and everybody is sex worker?
Wow, man.
You can pull anybody you want, male or female, to the bathroom and get a blowjob.
Yeah.
You gonna miss that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, damn. All right, well, it's a drought then. It's a drought.
That drought make people crash out. So
It's a drought. What can you give me one celebrity you were surprised to see at a party in a way that you were surprised to see him, male or female? Like, you might have had an idea about him, then you see him like, there ain't no way that this person's doing this with that or doing this like that or whatever.
No.
Okay, yeah, he said, goddamn, I can do that.
No. Like after my first year of being working with celebrities, I figured out what it was. I said, oh, so they all like this.
Alcohol.
Huh?
Does it always start with alcohol whenever?
No, a lot of them don't even drink.
Oh.
It's just them.
Just come in
Bro,
I'm great.
So you got different levels but you got horny men, and then you got real horny men. You feel me?
So, what's the craziest thing you've seen?
What about the animals? Well, animals.
Like the craziest thing that she was like, nah, bro, I ain't, nah, bro, it's
I walked in on a guy.
Meek Mill is the only rapper from Philly who dated Nicki Minaj, so fans quickly figured out he was the one mentioned in Lil Rod's claims about Diddy. Things escalated when DJ Academics read the lawsuit on his live stream, which set Meek off on a Twitter rant. Meek fired back at Academics, saying he couldn't wait to confront him in person. He also denied the claims, tweeting that he doesn't do drugs like coke or Molly and that if anyone approached him with gay activity, he'd cause chaos. While fans were already joking about the lawsuit, Meek made it worse by posting awkward tweets about his love for women. Meek blamed the rumors on the media, saying they always target successful black artists. He claimed the media either calls rich rappers gay or snitches to tear them down. Meek also accused blogs of pushing the Lil Rod story to discredit him as a strong leader. He didn't stop there. Meek kept attacking Academics, calling him a drunk with no life who only talks to kids online. Their beef wasn't new, though. Back in 2017, Meek had issues with Academics for not posting about his new album. At the time, Academics was hosting Everyday Struggle and said Meek's crew had even threatened him over his posts.
Let's talk about Michael. Since we have you here, I want to hear about this person you call your friend. You said you knew him better than anyone towards the end of his life, than anyone, correct?
Yes.
Did he share secrets with you?
Of course. The most hidden treasure trove of his life is with me. But I have protected Michael up till now.
Up till now?
Of course. Of course. I've said nothing that it's been inflammatory about my friend. I protected Michael. You see, when I had a meeting at the house with AEG officials, and they pointed to Michael, the guy who could not pay me for months after taking care of him. And they said that he could not pay for the popsicle his daughters were using, the toilet paper that they were using to wipe their private areas, that he was penniless. I was shocked. As it was that time when Michael came to me trembling and trying to get me away from the AG official, who was Randy Phillips. I was shocked out of state. I should have just picked my bags up and leave had I been looking for money, but it wasn't money. It was about the love of Michael. I have suffered a lot, there's no doubt about it, but I don't hate Michael. Michael did not do me wrong. He did not want this to happen to me. Whatever happened to Michael when I was not there, it's probably his own misjudgment. And I believe that clearly happened because he was illogical, he was irrational, and he was in a withdrawal state from Demerol, which Dr. Arnold Klein was feeding him.
You said that he gave himself the drugs. You believe he gave himself the final fatal dose?
The premises cannot be breached. It wasn't breached. There was no one else in the house, in the upper chambers, but Michael and myself. I was away from him. The phone records show us that.
But again, I ask, shouldn't you have been with him?
No, because, and that's a good question, because I gave Michael Jackson 25 milligrams of propofol over 3 to 5 minutes. All of the doctors, 7 doctors in the trial showed that there could be no propofol effect after 10, maximum 15 minutes by Dr. Rogers, which is what I told the police. If I gave Michael Jackson between 1040 and 1050, 25 milligrams of propofol, the effect of the drug would be gone by 11. Okay. And if I monitored him beyond 11:20,
you believe, according to medical standards, that you were reasonable
Absolutely.
With that. So you said you haven't shared any secrets of Michael's until now. Do you plan to? Is there something you want to tell us?
I would not share with you any hidden secrets of Michael, not at this time. We don't have that in summary.
But how long are you going to be silent?
How long am I going to be silent? As long as I wish.
2020, Meek Mill called out DJ Academics, saying he was canceled because he profits off beefs that lead to violence and doesn't contribute anything positive to the culture. Academics mocked Meek for acting tough online, which led Meek to fire back, saying he was putting of green lights on Academics, a term often seen as a threat. Academics didn't back down. Instead, he said he wouldn't let Meek intimidate him or send threats. He even reported the green light comment to the police, escalating their feud further.
We had took action into our own hands. I kind of regret doing this, but then I don't, because like that little lady thanks me every day. You know what I'm saying? Her daughter, I became like a mentor to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it was just a bad circumstance, which just led to there's more darkness, you feel me? Because like, I didn't know that like they could come up with that much money to put it on me. I didn't know that. So after we found out what was going on, like people came through spinning, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like really trying to get up with me, and like, shout out to the Google gang. Oh no, shout out to them insane. So yeah, but the guys rallied behind me, bro, and like, we defeated them. Oh, bro, we had some bloody days, though. You know what I'm saying? But we ended up coming out on top. They was bogus, though. And Fred, you a hoe. Phone now.
Yeah, Fred. Yeah. Right here. When you have a price on your head, how do you operate in that space? Like,
it's time to turn up. That's what we live for. Let's get it. Call a guy, let them know what's going on, and then now it's time to play ball. What's up? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when if you really in the field, if you really get in that water, if you really get wet, bro, like.
Is that a Chicago thing?
Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. My city, our head's fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, because if I go to other cities and states, like,
niggas own that, but
they own that, but they don't identify with that.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we'll get on that with you,
right?
But we came to kick it,
right?
You feel me? We don't even really want you to know that we entered it,
right?
Where we come from, oh yeah,
everybody on that.
Bro, it's the most. I'm getting chills.
Hard pressed to find someone not on.
Bro, my city, bro. Think about this, bro.
Meek pointed this out himself, saying, "The two things they say, we snitching or we gay, we generating hundreds of millions from music. It's not a coincidence we all gay and snitches." For Meek, this isn't just a personal attack, it's part of a broader pattern aimed at undermining Black success stories.
We were talking about him contacting witnesses and how careless that was. Do you think it's because of this drug addiction that he has?
That's a great question. So I'll say this. Any man who I know who did ecstasy for more than 4 years straight, they all have a trans girlfriend right now.
Y'all got what?
Any man who done, I knew personally, who did ecstasy more than 4 years straight, have a trans girlfriend right now. And, you know, you live in a false sense of reality when you always high. When he got arrested with a drug called Tunchi, which is a mixture of ecstasy and cocaine.
Yes.
Now, you know, cocaine can cause impotence. Ecstasy counteracts that. So you're taking a combination of drugs, and you got arrested with it while you were under indictment.
It's just, you can't make it up.
Can't make this up.
Let me ask you, because the pink cocaine was found in Liam Payne's One Direction system, and they felt like he, you know, accidentally fell off the roof of his hotel. But have you seen anybody dealing with pink cocaine and what effects it caused? Do you even know what pink cocaine?
And he's not.
In the recording, believed by many to be either AI generated or heavily edited, Meek Mill is allegedly tied to behavior he calls freaky and completely out of character. Social media exploded, with users bombarding his notifications with accusations, jokes, and questions. One comment stood out. "So you real quiet now? Was that really you getting your cheeks clapped by that man in the audio? You a Vic, Astros Jim. Rise up." Harsh words, no doubt. But Meek wasn't about to stay quiet.
Be with underage people, you know, boy or girl. But it's like almost too many cases. What are your thoughts when you hear underage and Diddy in the same sentence? Any type of contact?
People said the same thing about R. Kelly. You know, they said that there's no way, and it turned out to be true. What I've learned is, like, the most, I've been a billionaire as well. Like the most wealthiest guys I ever met have strange quirks, I would say. Like, some of the richest dudes I know, you know, they like being tied up, things along those lines. There are 150,000 unaccounted for children that cross the border every year that are unaccounted for. There is a certain level of darkness that comes with the levels of high wealth, because Rook just asked me right now that I think that he could rape somebody. You know, these are people who are not used to being told no. And like, I know a gentleman who has a yacht. Like, the yacht probably costs like $200 million. And there's an entire staff that stays on this yacht. They stay for 6 months. The other staff come for the next 6 months. So if you got enough money, you can buy a person. You can buy them time. That's the level of what's going on.
Speaking of, we're going to jump around this interview a lot, so we're going to come back to things, but let's just stay with R. Kelly. You came up in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
You actually went to school with the victim that was on that tape?
Yeah, Providence St. Mel.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So, for what you know, because back in 2003, I think his case, he got acquitted in 2008 because there was no victim.
Right.
From your knowledge of what you feel, why was the victim not coming forward in that scenario?
Money.
No, so we're talking about the 13-year-old girl on the camera?
14, man. Come on, man. Come on. Don't do it.
13-year-old.
You gotta understand something. I grew up around this guy. My uncle is his personal pastor. So, I used to go to a
One of the most alarming aspects of this situation is the alleged use of AI to manipulate the audio recording. Meek isn't alone in his concerns about how technology is being weaponized to spread false information. Deepfakes and AI-generated content have become increasingly sophisticated, making it easier than ever to fabricate evidence that can destroy someone's reputation.
Company, I forget the name, it was a hard name for me to pronounce, but he pretty much won the lawsuit. But you know, it was explained that in these lawsuits there's a morality clause. Do you think that his battle against this liquor company could have been what set this off actually, or was this only in them?
Well, you gotta look at it. We all thought he owned Ciroc.
For sure.
He felt like eventually he would be able to get some ownership stake. He didn't. These issues really started for him once he went after them. Because shortly thereafter, he sold Revolt TV. And anybody who follows him, Revolt TV was his baby. He worked hard on that.
Yes.
So once that was sold, I knew the end was near at that point. Because, you know, just like Gucci Mane, when he went to jail, he passed his artist contracts off to people who can hold them and fulfill the details while he was gone. What they do? They pass it off to people who can put it in a shell corporation. Because you can have a corporation and have an anonymous owner. So once I seen Revolt get sold, I knew the end. I knew there was going to be a tumultuous path for him, sure.
Did you feel like it was Diddy's, or do you feel like he was careless towards leading up to this? Like, just, I know you had mentioned him, just the way he's moving. You know, he's even him coming to New York, lollipops. You feel like he was moving like very careless, and we're like, that's why you don't have a bond. That's why, you know, you weren't strategic enough in this whole thing.
Absolutely, because the agreement was that as long as his private jet wasn't in the same state as him, he would be able to stay on the street. The moment that jet came to New York, he got arrested. And then you got to think about it, like, they got him on audio, hauling witnesses, trying to get them to change the story. That's extremely careless. It's almost as if he was used to having...
Meek's frustration with this technology was evident in his posts. They learned how to damage Can't Stop Us of brands from bots and campaigns like politicians, he wrote. It's a chilling thought that an artist's career could be jeopardized by nothing more than a well-executed AI smear campaign.
Let's Google Yo Gotti's net worth.
Yeah. You gotta use it as $100 million.
Yeah, so if your net worth is $100 million, you probably have $50 million liquid capital. So let's put some in perspective. Elon Musk is donating $45 million a month to Donald Trump's campaign.
That's wild business.
So in 2 months, he's donated Yo Gotti's net worth to Donald Trump's campaign. So that should give you some perspective.
Right.
I haven't really met many rappers with money. Like most rappers that I meet are living middle class. If you see them with the 200,000 stack, that's all they got. For sure, that's all they got.
Why do we? Because you know, this particular platform was built off of the love of hip hop and music.
Sure.
But it's hard to run a business off hip hop and music.
Yeah.
So why is it that rappers are so broke?
First and foremost, you gotta really think about it. Remember that song by Birdman? What did he say? I got everything in my mama name.
Yeah.
Come on now, that's just poor money morals, right?
Right.
And then most of us come from a street element. So, you know, can't just go down to the bank and buy $1 million house without getting an indictment. So, like, you know, the rap game is entertainment. Like, I remember when the gangsters would take their homie who not a killer, but he can rap. This our rapper. We push it behind him.
Right.
Now they want you to be a killer, a robber, a drug dealer, and a rapper. It's a flux in the game, you feel me? So, like, you know, like the jury, y'all get.
While Meek has been vocal in defending himself, the hip-hop community has been divided in its response. Some fans and fellow artists have rallied behind him, sharing their support and calling out the apparent smear tactics. Others, however, have taken a more skeptical approach, questioning whether there might be some truth to the allegations.
Yeah, when I first seen it, I just walked past. I'm like, what the fuck you got going on? So I go in the refrigerator, I give him my
Fully costume.
I don't know, man.
This wasn't a Halloween party. It don't even matter, but
This is March.
Spring break.
They call themselves furries. Yeah, I quit on the spot.
Yeah. How many? Because you said you have to go to the car lot like that. I'm gonna be in the car.
Yeah.
How many times you be like, I'm gonna just be in the car?
Yeah, so I really started making it my protocol. Like, you know, text me if it get dangerous, I'm gonna come in and demonstrate. You feel me? But like, you know, but you just get tired of like bro, I don't want to see naked men, bro. That's my preference, though. I'm allowed to have that preference. So like, you get tired of that, bro.
How do you handle being hit on?
Yeah, so that's another reason why I go to the car, because you can't be that guy at the gay party getting mad at the gay dudes hitting on you. You at they function. So now you gonna be homophobic again? You the jerk right now. You the clown. You at they shit getting mad. They trying to see what's to you. Yo, job. So.
Give me your take on the flack that Meek Mill has gotten throughout all, you know.
Meek Mill's situational awareness is just low, bro. Like, that's all it is. But a man had his Amazon account hooked to his Twitter. He buying dildos and everything. It's showing on his Twitter, bro. Look that up. That's real. He's just crazy, bro. Like, that's all it is. Like, you know, I feel like Meek is an honorable dude. He just kind of, he just don't be up to speed a lot of times.
Is that audio real?
Beef between Meek Mill and DJ Academics cooled off for a while after 21 Savage stepped in to help them squash it. However, things flared up again when Academics brought up the Lil Rod lawsuit. Meek claimed the situation was part of a larger conspiracy in the rap game to hold him back. Academics hit back, saying no one in the industry cared about Meek's career because he had already fallen off. When Meek's new EP dropped, Academics mocked it for barely reaching 100 streams on Spotify. This pushed Meek to the edge. He started threatening to show up at Academics' house, and even said he'd die to shut him down. Academics didn't back down, firing shots about Meek being a slave to billionaires like Michael Rubin and Robert Kraft. The tension simmered after Meek claimed that the governor of Philadelphia called him to calm things down. Meek has done a lot of respected work in prison reform, stemming from his own legal battles, but people still clown him for acting tough on Twitter while working closely with government figures. Meanwhile, old videos of Meek started going viral, including one of him doing bunny hops on Michael Rubin's tennis court as part of a friendly challenge. Many thought it looked strange, suggesting Meek was acting submissive to the billionaire. Meek explained it as a game he picked up in prison, but most weren't buying it. Rubin later defended Meek, saying he doesn't have a gay bone in his body and clarified that the bunny hops weren't Meek's idea. Michael Rubin is also known for hosting a star-studded annual white party attended by rappers, celebrities, and business moguls. In 2023, a photo of Lil Baby hugging Rubin and another man at the party went viral, sparking rumors and jokes about Baby's sexuality. Even before Diddy's legal troubles became public, 50 Cent had already started trolling him. In response to the viral photo, 50 posted it online with the caption, "See, this is why I don't go to no party puffy and that."
There has been so much going on in the music industry and the headlines pertaining to Diddy. How closely are you paying attention to his case, the allegations, and the things that are coming forward with him?
I don't pay attention to none of it. I just kind of like to pay attention to the truth. When that time manifests, then, we'll speak about this, hopefully when that time comes. As far as I'm concerned, I don't really like to speak on situations that I'm not well versed in, and that's not really my situation. You know what I'm saying? But I wish the best for everyone involved. God bless everyone involved. And, I think that we should all kind of be a little more mindful of how much we speak on other things when it's as sensitive as this.
And it's incredibly sensitive.
It's extremely sensitive, and I think that people don't keep in mind the effect of what their opinion can have. And I think it's really, really important that we reserve our opinions until we understand what the undisputed truth is, because an opinion can detrimentally affect someone short-term and long-term. And I just, from my own learning experiences and being through, none of us are exempt from going through challenges and obstacles and trials and tribulations, some are way more intense and extreme than others. But I think at the end of the day, as we go through these things, we learn from them, and we also got to learn how to help people get through them. And that's the angle in life that I like to approach things from, because I know if any one of us is going through challenges in general, we do want some sort of help and guidance and support to not make those mistakes again.
Have you had the chance to speak to Diddy?
I spoke to him a few times before, it got a little out of control. But a lot of the times when people are going through things, you got to respect the space and the privacy that they need to process how they're going to deal with the things that they're going through, and I just want to see the right end result for everyone.
Busta, those rings are not big enough.
They're not bling.
Let me see. What? That ain't bling?
No.
What? Every time I see you, you are rocking some serious jewelry.
Bling is shiny stuff. This is not shiny stuff.
No. Who is this?
This is called, the ancestors inspired us to invest in valuable stuff, not just shiny stuff. Bling is for those guys that like.
It's classic Meek, unapologetic, fiery, and determined to fight back against what he sees as an unjust attack on his character.
Audio, I can't confirm that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is this, the feds announced that they have a video of Diddy on camera assaulting a male sex worker. You see what I'm saying? So, if they making these type of announcements, bro, if they had anything on Meek Mill, bro, that's everywhere. Because he just got out of jail and then got off of probation, got a judge fired and all type of things. So it's people who want to see him look bad.
Right.
So if they had it, it'd be out.
Now, you mentioned getting shot multiple times. You were also in a car crash.
Yeah.
What has been the most, life-threatening thing that happened to you where you really was like, this might be it?
So, I lost a lot of blood before, and I felt my body get cold. I felt the tips of my fingers get numb, and I felt like I wanted to go to sleep. I said, "Oh shit!"
What situation was that?
The situation where I took my teeth out. The video I showed you.
Yeah.
Right after that, some more stuff had happened, and
Is that a shot in the face or what's that?
No. So I gotta see another video. I'll see another video. I'm gonna have to. I'll send it to you. Yeah. So like, I had some guys that kind of ambushed me, and I ended up getting stabbed. And, like, I didn't know I was stabbed though, but I got in my car, and I cut the heat on. I'm like, man, I don't normally. I'm like, man, I'm getting cold. I don't normally get cold. And I was like, damn. So like, when I felt behind myself, I said, damn, my seat wet. And yeah, I had been stabbed, and like, I couldn't drive all the way. You feel me? I was like, damn.
Losing blood.
Yeah, so I ended up having to call my mama.
You called your mama, not
His call faced a lot of jokes and rumors about his sexuality after the Diddy allegations surfaced. Even comedian Andrew Schultz joined in, making fun of Meek during a show in Philly. Meek admitted it was the first time he actually laughed at gay jokes about himself, but warned that if Schultz had said it to his face, he might have swung on him. Meek's history of posting questionable things on social media hasn't helped his case. Back in 2019, he tweeted, "D good as hell," claiming he was talking about the Philadelphia 76ers defense during an NBA game. Fans took it another way, and the tweet resurfaced after the Diddy rumors, adding fuel to the fire. In response to the latest wave of mockery, Meek took to X, formerly Twitter, to express his frustration. He shared a screen recording of his flooded notifications and accused bots and orchestrated campaigns of targeting him. According to Meek, this wasn't random hate. It was a calculated effort to silence and discredit him. They manipulated these devices so bad, he wrote, adding, "I'm not with them. Who is them?" While he didn't name anyone directly, Meek's tone suggested he believed powerful forces were working against him because of his influence and success. He further explained that, despite not having a formal education, he's gained worldwide influence as a black man from the ghetto. "My voice is so powerful. They want it gone," he wrote. Meek described himself as a real king straight out the trenches and emphasized that he's not under the control of anyone.
Controversy isn't just about Meek Mill or even Diddy. It's a reflection of the challenges that come with fame, particularly for black men in the entertainment industry. The stakes are higher, the scrutiny is more intense, and the consequences of even a whisper of scandal can be career-ending. For Meek, this is about more than just clearing his name. It's about standing up for himself and refusing to let others dictate his narrative. We've seen this happen to every black man, he said, pointing to the larger systemic issues at play.
Recently, they just smoked a dude on the street, smoked him. And then they pulled his pants down and spit in his ass on the street outside.
Yeah. That's wild.
They taking it to a different level.
Does growing up in Chicago make every place really feel like a walk in the park? Like, and does it dull your senses when you go home?
Now, I'll say this. If you go to any place and think it's a walk in the park, you a fool. So, like, I feel like the real Chicago boys know, like, all right, the level of violence here is not the same, but I'm gonna even be more on my P's and Q's now. Cause here, this the most anybody ever said hello to me.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like, my Uber driver took me to a barbecue restaurant. He's like, "You're a big fella, man. You're not hungry?" I'm like, "Bro, I just got off the plane. I've been up 30 hours. I'm hungry." He said, Just hang out with me for a second. We pulled up, we brought the beef brisket out, and we went to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, very friendly.
Hey, damn, I'm liking Texas.
Southern hospitality, man.
It exists. It exists. But where I'm from, hell no. The Uber driver, they got plastic in the car. So you can't even reach them.
Damn.
What? The man took me to a barbecue spot. He said, "You wait right here."
You wait right here. Here's the keys. Car running.
I said, "How much I owe you?" I cashed out $15. I'm eating the beef brisket in the car.
Damn.
I said, "Okay."
You know what's so fucked up about this? But it's like people feel like it's because it really is not that bad. But you have a nigga jump in the Uber car and just try to rob the nigga and shoot him for no reason.
Yeah, that's just that broke, goofy shit. Like this the problem, bro. They made being a crash out cool. Right. Where I come from, You better get a job if you can't hustle in the street. Go to work. Come catch us after work. Like, a Uber driver, man, he not finna have no 100,000 on him, man. So you finna catch a felony to get a debit card and $50, use a straight thurm on, bro.
Meek Mill has often spoken openly about his journey from humble beginnings and the struggles he's faced as a black man in America. His statement, "They want it gone," reflects his belief that his success and the influence he's built threaten those in power. For Meek, his rise from the streets to becoming a globally recognized artist and advocate has always been about more than just music. He sees himself as a symbol of resilience and empowerment, and he believes the backlash he faces is part of an effort to undermine his impact.
Right now is way better than most rappers that I see. You feel me?
Shout out KD. Shout out KD, Gym City.
Setting on that right there.
Yeah.
And like his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He got baguettes, man.
Yeah. Come on, man. Shout out
But
KD
you can
Customs.
tell y'all really into jewelry.
Yeah.
Bro, rappers is getting that. They gonna hand them that. Like the label is finna pay for that. They not finna. We used to get people's jewelry back. And we stopped after we said, wait a second, man. You just paid us $10,000 to go get back a CZ chain? Because if your chain gets took in the rap game, your career finna go down.
Yeah.
So imagine that. You go somewhere, do a show, they take a fake chain from you, and then now you gotta pay some real gangsters to go get it back for you. You just got $15,000 for the show. You gotta pay them 10. You leaving from out of town with 5 bands.
Man, yeah. Dirty gang. Shit.
If you think this is the first time such tactics have been used, think again. Meek Mill's claim about smear campaigns targeting successful black men isn't far-fetched. The hip-hop industry has a long history of controversies, often driven by rumors, accusations, and carefully orchestrated media narratives. Whether it's allegations of snitching, criminal behavior, or questions about someone's sexuality, these kinds of stories often emerge when black artists reach a certain level of fame. Such narratives not only stir public debate, but also work to undermine their success and credibility.
Oh, boy.
Nah, he just perverted.
Y'all trying to get me in it? Yeah. Okay, we good. They can talk about that. I can talk about that, bro, because I got an opinion on that too. Like,
Okay, well, yeah. What's your opinion on?
I mean, like, bro, he fucked up. He did a lot of bad shit. You know what I'm saying? He did a lot of bad shit, but I guarantee you.
Everybody keeps saying bad shit, but they only talking about freaky shit. Are we talking about freaky shit or we talking about criminal shit? That's what I'm confused
Criminal
about.
and freaky shit.
Oh, he did some criminal shit. Okay, I ain't heard
All
nothing
that
about the criminal shit.
I done heard all type of shit, man. But it'll be allegations like you gonna hear, you know, about shit. But
Is Diddy just that gangster to where niggas wasn't even trying to fuck? Cause bro, if you look at the history, we talking about a nigga that's accused of killing Pac, accused of killing Biggie, accused of shooting the club up that Shine was in. That nigga done got away with a lot of wild shit, bro. If we talking about,
he shot that lady in the face.
yeah, he shot the lady in the face, bro, and didn't do no time. Like
she said she.
It's a nigga out there that's done did the same exact shit that Diddy did, and he's still doing it though.
But he ain't popular like Diddy.
It's just Diddy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, look, why? Tell me why all the people who really got some money is saying like, man, look, for real, like, a lot of the people out here with some money doing the same shit, but I'm gonna let y'all have it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But that nigga was next level though. He was next level.
But for real, think about it though. Why you think they like, I'm gonna let y'all have it, but like, yeah.
But you know what?
Can't even really speak on it, but it's they doing the same shit over there, but y'all so focused over here, they going crazy over here. Y'all don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, man, come on, bro.
I'm gonna bring
It's
this
the truth,
bro. They talking about it's some minors involved, bro.
It is.
That's where it gets fucked up.
Of course.
That's where it gets fucked up.
Bro, that's not even where it get fucked. It's been fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not where it get fucked up. You don't even know how far it really went.
Well, really don't.
You know what I'm saying?
So let me hear you. When you start seeing, right, we starting to see bodyguards. We got Jaguar Wright speaking on shit. When you hear these stories about just the industry as a whole, You know, do you believe any of this shit? Do you feel like some of it's cap? Do you feel like some of it's real?
I don't know, bro. I'm not a fan, so that shit don't really mean nothing to me. Like,
This isn't. Meek Mill said himself that people often say two things about successful black artists. Either they're snitches or gay. He believes it's no coincidence that these claims are made against those making hundreds of millions from music. For Meek, this isn't just about him. It's part of a bigger effort to tear down black success stories.